Your dreams have come true. When you were a little boy, sitting in your bedroom, on your computer, obsessing over music, figuring out how to figure it out, um, you would dream about exactly where you are right now. I remember you studying and watching different material, wishing that that could be you, wishing that you could work with musicians, wishing that you can orchestrate a song, a project, wishing that you could help produce an artist. I remember when you barely had anything at all, just a keyboard and mouse, a computer that your mom bought you. I remember you wishing that you could have a nice MIDI keyboard. I remember wishing you could have a better computer, more software, more plugins, more knowledge to better use the plugins and software. I remember you not knowing anything about composing. I remember you not knowing how to do anything. I remember when you were so unsure of yourself that you didn't know if you should continue down this path that you did ultimately continue down for another 2 decades and more. I remember you falling in love with the guitar and the violin. At one point in time, you only wished that you could have a violinist record violin over a song for you, or have a guitarist record guitar over a song for you, and for you to direct produce the outcome of it. Only for you to sit here where you are today and look back on your journey through music and realize that you've done that a dozen times over. And in your hustle and bustle through this industry, this journey, this bitch that we both call music, you weren't able to see the forest from the trees and be appreciative of the fact that you have accomplished pretty much everything that you set out to accomplish. This was your dream. This was something that you wanted to do before you even hit puberty. Just the other day, you engineered a session for possibly the best artist you've ever worked with, hands-on at least. And in that session, you had a realization that what is happening here before you is exactly what you've been wanting for 23 years. But the reason why it was hard for you to notice is because the way that we imagined it might not be the way that it ended up happening. A lot of times, your dreams lie right before you, but it takes on a different look than maybe you imagined it would. But if you take a second to analyze everything that you have at your disposal, everything that's happening for you, now and before, now and then, you'll realize that your dreams have already come true. building camaraderie around music, having the sessions that we've had over and over again, where it's fun. You're doing the thing that you love to do, and it's fun. You're making money having fun. You're making money doing the very thing that you chose to love at a very, very young age. If you were to be honest with yourself, then you would have to say not many people get to experience that. A lot of people view their dreams as something distant, something that is unattainable, something that eludes them. And you sit here day in and day out doing exactly what you told yourself you wanted to do. You have obtained power through music. You have obtained power by staying committed to a path, a chosen path. And now you can make almost anything musically happen for you that you want. People come out for you when you call them out. If you have an event, if you need help with a song, if you need a person to play an instrument or sing a hook, you have dozens upon dozens of names in your phone that you can call or text or DM that are more than willing to come out and do work for you. There was a time in your journey where you had no one you could call on. You and I both remember. You were working on an album. You had ideas that were bigger than you. You had ideas that were bigger than the project or the song itself. And at that time, it almost felt impossible for you to see how you could execute these ideas because you didn't know how to play instruments. You didn't know any singers. You didn't know any rappers either, maybe besides one or two. Now you know dozens of them, if not hundreds of them. The other day, you made a phone call to a rapper that's pretty known, pretty big. And the first thing out of your mouth was, how much are you going to charge me to do a verse on my song? That rapper's reply was, I'm not going to charge you nothing. There was a point in time in your journey where you were hoping and praying you could be on the other side of that door that you now sit. You're on the other side. There are plenty of people that believe in your vision and understand your vision the same way that you do, which is another thing that you pray for. Understanding. People seeing your vision and understanding the value that you bring to this world of art. There's plenty of them. In the last several months, you received various texts, calls, or even comments in person of people telling you that they love your music. They've been listening to your music on repeat, and they appreciate your music. For many a year, you sat in that basement or you sat in that living room making music for yourself with no outside audiences. No one cared if you dropped or didn't. And you were hoping and praying that the day would come where you would have people anticipating your every move. Today is that day. There are people that care about your art. There are people that understand your art. There are people that prefer your art. in true cliche fashion, I want to tell you to keep going. I know, as well as you know, that every day the option of giving up is on your plate. The option of trading in this horrid profession that we call music for something a little safer, a little more guaranteed. I know that's something that you toil with every day. I just want to tell you in true cliche fashion, don't do it. Keep going. You've made it this far. You're taking the baby steps. So the strides and accomplishments that you've made thus far seems almost irrelevant or insignificant, minute. But if you look at the picture in its totality up to this point, you would have to say that the picture is pretty fucking grand. I wanted to set the camera up like this today to give a little wider perspective on the room that we sit in. Albeit, we did not build this room alone. We do not have access to this room by only our actions. We did this with help. But we did do this. Keep going. You've made it far. You've made it far. That feeling that you get that always feels like you're just approaching greatness. You're knocking on greatness's door. It isn't for nothing. Because if you were to analyze your path in your life up to this point, the times where you felt like you were approaching greatness or something was going to happen, something did happen pretty much every time. Your gut has not failed you. Your gut has not failed you so far. You am I, and I am you. I want to thank you for being committed to this journey. Stand down, 10 toes, not giving up a long time ago and trading your dreams in for something that you didn't want to do instead. Truth be told, a lot of the things that come with this line of work, you don't want to do. But it's means to a better end, because now music can be looked at as sort of a job for you, for us. But regardless of that, it's all worth it. It's all worth it.